Let me ask you a blunt question. Have you been told creatine is just a gym bros powder for bodybuilders? If you're over 50 and you've avoided it because of that myth, you may be silently robbing your muscles, your bones, and even your brain of one of the most powerful, research-backed nutrients we know of. Here's the shocking truth. After age 50, women lose muscle at about 1% per year, and strength even faster. By the time you hit 70, that can mean 20–30% less muscle than when you were 40. That's not just about looks. That's the difference between getting up from a chair on your own or needing help, between walking confidently downstairs or fearing a fall. And yet, there's a safe, inexpensive supplement that's been proven in dozens of trials to slow that decline creatine. But here's the kicker. Most women either aren't taking it at all or they're taking it wrong. I've seen women waste money on fancy blends, skip doses until it's useless, or stop the moment they see a tiny shift on the scale. And worse, I've seen doctors casually dismiss creatine even though systematic reviews show it can help older adults gain strength, reduce fatigue, and even support memory. So today, I'm going to reveal the 5 biggest creatine mistakes women over 50 make, mistakes that can cost you your energy, your balance, and your independence. And I'll show you how to fix each one with simple, science-backed strategies you can start this week. Let me be clear, this isn't medical advice. If you have kidney disease, take diuretics, or have complex health conditions, always talk to your clinician first. But for the vast majority of healthy older adults, creatine is not only safe, it's one of the best kept secrets of healthy aging. Now, why does creatine matter so much for women in their 52nd, 62nd, and beyond? That's exactly what we'll unpack in the next section. So let's answer the big question right up front. Why does creatine matter so much after 50? The answer is simple. Your body's natural reserves are shrinking just when you need them most. Think of creatine as your muscle's backup battery. Every time you stand from a chair, climb stairs, or catch yourself from tripping, your muscles call on creatine to deliver a quick burst of energy. But here's the problem. After about age 40, your body produces less and less, and unless you're eating nearly a pound of red meat or fish daily, you're not getting enough from food. That gap matters. It means slower recovery, weaker contractions, and a faster slide into frailty. Now, the science is crystal clear on this. In randomized controlled trials, older adults supplementing with creatine plus light resistance training not only gained lean muscle mass, but also improved their ability to walk longer distances and perform everyday tasks. One review even found consistent improvements in cognitive performance, memory, and mental processing speed, especially in women. That means creatine isn't just about biceps, it's about sharper thinking, steadier walking, and longer independence. And here's something sensational most people don't know. Creatine actually supports bone health indirectly. Stronger muscles pull harder on your bones, signaling them to stay dense. That means creatine, combined with movement, is part of your osteoporosis defense plan. Few supplements can say they touch muscle, brain, and bone at once. But, and this is critical, not everyone reaps the full benefit. Why? Because most people make mistakes. They start and stop. They take the wrong dose. They worry about bloating that never really happens. Or they ignore key safety tips. That's why so many women tell me I tried creatine and I didn't feel anything. The good news? You don't need to be one of them. In the rest of this video, I'll count down the 5 most common creatine mistakes women over 50 make, starting with the biggest one of all, skipping creatine completely. The first and perhaps most common mistake is this: skipping creatine entirely. Too many women over 50 have written it off as a bodybuilder's supplement. And I get it, for decades, creatine was marketed to young men lifting heavy weights. But the truth is, that message cost millions of women a chance to protect their strength, balance, and independence. Here's why skipping it is a mistake. As you age, your natural creatine stores shrink. If you rely only on diet, you'd need to eat about 2 large steaks or several fillets of salmon every single day just to match the levels that clinical studies recommend. Most women simply don't eat that much protein, let alone from those sources. And vegetarian or plant-based women, they often have the lowest baseline creatine levels of all. The impact of skipping it shows up in everyday life. Do you ever notice that getting out of a low chair feels harder than it used to? Or that carrying groceries up the stairs leaves you more drained than before? That's not just normal aging. That's your muscle energy system crying out for support. And research proves it. Older adults who used creatine gained on average 1-2 kilograms of lean muscle within just 12 weeks when paired with light exercise, while those who skipped it kept losing muscle mass year after year. But here's the kicker. Creatine doesn't just work in the gym, it works in your daily life. It's the difference between having the stamina to enjoy a long walk with friends or feeling wiped out halfway. Between keeping your balance on uneven ground or stumbling when your legs don't fire fast enough. Skipping creatine is skipping the chance to make those everyday victories easier. So bottom line, don't ignore it, don't dismiss it, and don't let outdated marketing rob you of its benefits. Start small, start smart, but start. And that brings us straight into the next mistake, taking creatine, but taking it the wrong way. Now let's talk about mistake number 4, taking creatine, but taking it the wrong way. This usually comes down to dosage and the old loading phase myth. You may have heard that to make creatine work, you need to start with massive amounts, 20 grams a day for a week. That's called loading. And yes, it was popular in the 1992nd. But here's the truth, you don't need it. Steady daily use at the right amount will get you the same results without the stomach cramps, headaches, and wasted powder. So what's the right dose? For most women over 50, the sweet spot is 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per day. That's it. Simple, affordable, effective. No megadoses, no complex formulas, no designer blends that cost 3 times as much. Just the plain unflavored monohydrate that's been studied in hundreds of trials. Now here's the kicker. More is not better. Some women think if 5 grams helps, 10 grams must really work. Wrong. Overshooting the dose doesn't build more muscle. It just increases the risk of digestive issues like bloating or loose stools. And if you've tried creatine in the past and felt uncomfortable, chances are you were either loading too aggressively or doubling up on the dose. Clinical evidence shows that by simply taking 3-5 grams daily, your muscles will gradually saturate over about 3 to 4 weeks. No rush, no harsh side effects. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't dump a gallon all at once, you give it a steady stream, and over time, it thrives. So if you're starting, skip the old school loading, stick to the steady dose. That's the difference between giving up in frustration and actually reaping the benefits. And once you've got the right dose down, the next big hurdle is this, staying consistent and timing it properly. That's mistake number 3, and it's where most women slip up. Now let's move to mistake number 3, being inconsistent or taking creatine at the wrong time. This one might sound small, but it's a deal breaker for results. Here's why. Creatine works by building up in your muscles over time. Think of it like filling a savings account. If you deposit $3 every single day, the balance grows steadily. But if you skip deposits half the week or toss in random amounts here and there, the account never builds enough to matter. That's exactly what happens in your muscles when you're inconsistent with creatine. Many women tell me, I tried it for a few weeks but didn't notice anything. When I ask if they took it daily, the answer is almost always, well, I forgot some days. That's the issue. Missing days slows down saturation, and you may never hit the effective level where the real benefits show up. Timing also matters. The best absorption happens when you take creatine alongside food, especially a meal with protein or carbohydrates. Why? Because insulin, your body's nutrient usher, helps pull creatine into muscle cells. So if you're just tossing it into plain water on an empty stomach, you may be wasting part of it. And here's a pro tip. The exact time of day doesn't matter as much as consistency. Morning, afternoon, or evening, pick the time you're least likely to forget. Some women mix it into their morning coffee, others stir it into a lunchtime smoothie, and some take it right after dinner. The best time is the time you'll stick to every single day. Bottom line, inconsistency kills results. Creatine only works if you build the habit. So attach it to a daily ritual like brushing your teeth, having breakfast, or taking your vitamins, and never skip. Now, let's tackle the most feared mistake of all, the one that causes so many women to quit before they even give creatine a fair shot: worrying about weight gain and bloating. Let's address mistake number 2, fearing water weight and bloating. This is the big one that stops so many women from seeing creatine's true potential. Here's the truth. Creatine does not make you gain fat. It makes your muscles hold onto water, and that's a good thing. If you've ever looked at a bodybuilder's muscles and thought, wow, they look so full and tight, that's creatine at work. It draws water into muscle cells, giving them more hydration and volume. Now, let me clear up a common misconception. Some women, especially those who are more sensitive, worry that this water retention will make them look puffy or bloated. That's not how it works. While it's true that creatine increases muscle water content, it doesn't cause the kind of bloat you might experience after a salty meal or from eating foods that cause digestive distress. Creatine pulls water into your muscles, not into the skin or under the eyes. So, if you notice a slight weight increase when you start creatine, don't panic. That's just your muscles holding on to more water. It's actually a sign that it's working. This extra water in your muscles helps support strength and performance, which is what we want, especially as we age and our muscle mass naturally decreases. Think of it as giving your muscles a hydration boost rather than storing fat. If you're still concerned about feeling puffy, here's a simple fix. Drink more water. The more hydrated you stay, the better your muscles will be able to hold onto that water internally where it's needed most. If you're not drinking enough fluids, your body might hold on to excess water in places like your abdomen, making you feel bloated. But if you hydrate properly, it won't show up as puffiness on your skin. And let's not forget, the real benefits of creatine go far beyond the scale. It's about feeling stronger, more energized, and more capable. A few grams on the scale doesn't compare to the long-term muscle protection and cognitive boost you're giving yourself. So, the key takeaway here is simple. Don't let water weight scare you away from creatine. Embrace the benefits and stay consistent. Next, we're diving into the most common, most dangerous mistake: ignoring the safety of creatine, especially as you age. It's time to clear up some big misconceptions about creatine's safety and why you don't have to worry about harming your kidneys or liver when used properly. Now, let's get to the most serious mistake of all: ignoring safety and health interactions. This is where many women get scared off by creatine, and understandably so. You've probably heard the warnings that creatine is dangerous for your kidneys or too harsh on your liver, and it's easy to see why this myth has spread, but the truth is very different. Let's break it down. Creatine, when taken in the correct doses, 3-5 grams a day, has never been shown to damage your kidneys in healthy adults. In fact, one of the most rigorous reviews of creatine safety, published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, concluded that there is no credible evidence linking creatine to kidney damage in people with healthy kidneys. The key here is healthy kidneys. If you already have kidney disease or other kidney issues, you should always check with your doctor before starting any supplement, including creatine. But for the vast majority of women over 50 with normal kidney function, creatine is completely safe. It's been studied for decades and used by millions of adults with only rare side effects like bloating or stomach upset, which can usually be avoided with proper dosing and hydration. Now, another area where confusion arises is liver health. Some people think that creatine is harsh on the liver because it's processed there. But again, that's not the case. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound in your body and the liver, along with your kidneys, helps convert it into a usable form. When taken in the recommended amounts, creatine doesn't overburden the liver, and there's no evidence to suggest it causes harm. Here's the key: take the right dose, stay hydrated, and you're good to go. But what about other medications or health conditions? If you're on diuretics, have uncontrolled hypertension, or have any cardiovascular issues, that's when you should consult with your doctor before starting. Creatine pulls water into your muscles, and if you're on medications that affect fluid balance like diuretics, this might affect your hydration levels or blood pressure. Always check in with your doctor to be sure. But for the overwhelming majority of healthy women, 50 and older, creatine isn't something to fear. It's a tool to help you keep your muscles strong, your bones dense, and your brain sharp. Don't let the myths keep you from this powerful supplement. Next, I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan to get started with creatine safely and effectively so you can avoid these mistakes and finally enjoy the real benefits. Now that we've tackled the biggest mistakes and misconceptions, let's talk about how to start creatine safely and set you up for long-term success. The first thing you need to know is that creatine monohydrate is the best form to go with. It's the most researched, the most affordable, and it works. Avoid the fancy blends and powders that claim to be superior. Creatine monohydrate is the gold standard, and the evidence backs it up. Here's how to begin. Start with 3 grams daily. No need to load with 20 grams like the old school advice says. Start small, steady, and simple. This gives your muscles time to gradually build up their creatine stores without overwhelming your system. Over time, the benefits will stack up. Take it with food. As we talked about earlier, creatine is absorbed best when you pair it with a meal containing some carbs or protein. Think of it as a muscle booster in your meal, so stir it into your smoothie, your oatmeal, or even your post-lunch salad. It's easy to incorporate into your routine. The more you can make it a habit, the better. Stay hydrated. This is a big one. Creatine pulls water into your muscles, which is great for muscle function, but it means you need to drink a bit more water than usual to avoid feeling bloated or dehydrated. I recommend aiming for at least 8-10 cups of water a day, especially in the first few days as your body adjusts. You'll feel more energized and won't experience those bloating effects if you stay on top of your hydration. Consistency is key. This isn't a supplement you take sporadically and expect results. Just like taking a daily multivitamin or a blood pressure pill, you need to take creatine every day. You can miss a dose here and there, but consistency will keep your creatine levels topped up and ready to go. Monitor your progress. Give it a solid 4-6 weeks. During this time, track how you feel. Is your energy improving? Are you feeling stronger during walks or when climbing stairs? Notice any changes in your mental clarity or endurance during physical activities. Keep a journal so you can see how your body is responding. Adjust if needed. If after a few weeks you feel great and want to increase the dose to 5 grams, that's fine, but don't go overboard. The body doesn't need more than that, and there's no added benefit to exceeding 5 grams. Also, remember to check in with your doctor if you're on any medications or have specific health concerns that might require adjustments to your routine. Starting creatine safely is about balance and being mindful of how your body responds. There's no rush to go hardcore. It's about getting into a consistent routine, giving your muscles and brain the fuel they need, and letting it work its magic. With this steady approach, you'll be setting yourself up for lasting health benefits. Now, let's move on to how creatine fits into a larger wellness plan. This isn't just about taking a supplement, it's about supporting your muscles, your mind, and your body with the right lifestyle choices. All right, so you've got your creatine routine in place, you're taking it daily, consistently with the right dosage, and you're hydrating. Now, let's talk about how to combine creatine with lifestyle changes that will maximize its benefits and help you age gracefully and with strength. Creatine is an incredible tool, but it works best when it's part of a broader approach to health. Add resistance training or bodyweight exercises. Creatine alone won't do all the work. If you want to see and feel the benefits, you need to challenge those muscles. Resistance training, even light weights or bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, or push-ups is the key. Now, you don't need to go into a gym and lift heavy. Just 2 to 3 sessions a week will be enough to see muscle gains. And when you combine creatine with resistance training, it's like turbocharging your results. You'll get stronger, faster, and you'll keep your muscles firmer for longer. Think of it this way. Creatine helps your muscles perform better during exercise, but the exercise itself builds the muscle. So when you're working your legs or arms with even a simple bodyweight circuit, creatine is right there fueling your muscles for better endurance and faster recovery. Support creatine with protein. Creatine supports muscle energy, but protein supports muscle growth and repair. Aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight each day. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, that means you should be aiming for at least 80 grams of protein per day. Good sources of protein include lean meats, fish, eggs, tofu, legumes, and even certain dairy products like Greek yogurt. Protein helps your muscles recover after exercise and repair any damage. When you pair your creatine with adequate protein intake, you're ensuring that you're not only energizing your muscles, but also giving them what they need to grow stronger and stay healthy. Prioritize balance and mobility. The goal of using creatine isn't just to look better, it's to feel better. As we age, balance and mobility become more important than ever. Creatine can help here, too. By supporting muscle mass and strength, it makes those everyday tasks like getting out of bed, carrying groceries, or simply standing from a chair a whole lot easier. Incorporating balance exercises like standing on one leg or using a balance board will complement your creatine routine and keep your muscles engaged in ways that protect against falls. Also, don't neglect stretching. Flexibility is just as important as strength, and it keeps your muscles lengthened and limber, reducing the risk of injury. Rest and recovery. Even though creatine fuels your muscles during activity, recovery is where the magic happens. Make sure you're getting enough rest and sleep to allow your muscles time to rebuild and recharge. Aim for 7-9 hours of sleep each night. It's during sleep that your body repairs muscle tissue and replenishes its energy reserves. Without proper rest, you won't see the full benefits of creatine, no matter how much you take. Mind your mental health. It's not just about the physical. Mental clarity and reducing stress are crucial parts of aging well. While creatine is not a mind booster, recent studies show that creatine supplementation can have positive effects on cognitive function, particularly for memory and mental fatigue. As you add creatine to your lifestyle, consider adding mindfulness or relaxation techniques like meditation or deep breathing exercises. Reducing stress helps protect your brain and your body, improving your overall health and well-being. By combining creatine with the right lifestyle choices, you're building a strong foundation that will serve you for years to come. Creatine isn't a quick fix or a magic pill. It's a tool to help you stay strong, energized, and active. And when you pair it with resistance training, protein, balance exercises, proper rest, and stress management, you'll maximize its potential and protect your health as you age. Now, let's recap everything we've learned and set you up for success. All right, let's take a moment to recap the 5 biggest mistakes women over 50 make when it comes to creatine and how you can avoid them for better results. Mistake number 5, skipping creatine entirely. Many women think creatine is only for bodybuilders or younger people, but that's simply not true. Creatine is a powerful tool to preserve muscle, support brain function, and even protect your bones as you age. Don't skip it. If you're over 50, you need it, and it's one of the easiest ways to help prevent muscle loss and stay strong. Mistake number 4, wrong dosage and loading myths. Forget the old idea of loading with 20 grams a day. That's unnecessary and can even cause stomach discomfort. Stick to 3-5 grams per day consistently. Your muscles will gradually saturate with creatine over time. This steady approach is much more effective and gentle on your system. Mistake number 3, inconsistent use and bad timing. Creatine only works if you use it every day. Inconsistent dosing slows down the process, and bad timing, like taking it on an empty stomach, means you might not absorb it properly. Take it with a meal that has protein or carbs to maximize absorption. And find a time of day that's easiest for you to remember, whether that's in the morning with breakfast or post-workout. Mistake number 2, fearing water, weight, and bloating. Creatine pulls water into your muscles, and that's a good thing. It's not fat gain, it's hydration where it counts most in your muscles. Don't let the fear of puffiness stop you. As long as you stay hydrated, the water retention is all in the muscles, helping your performance and recovery. Mistake number 1, ignoring safety and health interactions. Creatine is safe for most women over 50 as long as you have healthy kidneys. It's one of the most well-researched supplements on the market, and studies consistently show it's safe when taken properly. However, if you have kidney disease or are on certain medications like diuretics, it's important to consult with your doctor first. Now that you know the mistakes to avoid, the next step is getting started. Creatine isn't complicated. It's about consistency and smart dosing. Add it to your daily routine, stay hydrated, and pair it with muscle-strengthening activities. Remember, creatine is more than just a supplement. It's a tool to keep your muscles strong, your bones healthy, and your brain sharp as you age. All right, now that we've gone over the common mistakes and the science behind creatine, it's time to set you up for success. Here's a 7-day starter plan to get you on the right track and ensure you're maximizing the benefits of creatine from day 1. Day 1. Start with 3 grams of creatine. It's simple. Start with 3 grams of creatine monohydrate. Mix it into a glass of water, or if you prefer, add it to your morning coffee or smoothie. Keep it easy and don't worry about loading. This small daily dose is all you need. Day 2. Pair with your protein-rich meal. Creatine works best when paired with food, so today, try to mix it into a meal that contains protein. This could be a handful of almonds, some yogurt, eggs, or even a protein shake. Pairing creatine with protein helps your muscles absorb it better, giving you a double benefit. Day 3. Keep hydrating. Creatine draws water into your muscles, so it's crucial to stay hydrated. Aim for at least 8 cups of water today. This will help with any potential bloating and ensure the creatine is absorbed properly. If you're not used to drinking that much water, try sipping throughout the day, not all at once. Day 4. Add a resistance exercise routine. To really see the effects of creatine, pair it with light resistance training or body weight exercises. You don't need to hit the gym. Simple exercises like squats, lunges, push-ups, or planks will activate your muscles. Aim for 2-3 sessions per week, and your creatine will do its magic. Day 5. Track your energy and strength levels. By now, you might start noticing a boost in energy or feel a little stronger in your workouts or daily activities. Track how you're feeling. Do your legs feel less fatigued after walking? Is it easier to stand up from a chair? Even small improvements count, so write them down to see how things progress. Day 6. Add protein to your routine. Make sure you're getting enough protein to support muscle growth. Aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight each day. If you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, this means aiming for about 80 grams of protein. This can come from lean meats, fish, tofu, or even protein powders. Protein helps your muscles rebuild and grow stronger. Day 7. Evaluate and adjust. By the end of the week, evaluate how you're feeling. Is your energy improving? Have you noticed any changes in your muscle recovery or strength? If you're feeling good, you can consider increasing the dose to 5 grams per day starting next week, but don't go beyond that. Creatine doesn't work better with higher doses. Consistency is key. This 7-day plan is designed to set you up for success and help you get the most out of your creatine supplementation. Keep it simple, stay consistent, and the results will follow. Remember, it's not about rushing, it's about building habits. that will help you stay strong, energized, and independent for years to come. Now, let's recap everything we've covered. Now that you're armed with the knowledge to start creatine safely and effectively, it's time to take action. Don't wait. Start today. If you're ready to take control of your strength, your energy, and your health, I want you to commit to this 7-day starter plan. This is your moment to begin a journey towards stronger muscles, better balance, and improved vitality. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me, have you tried creatine before? Or if you're new to it, what's your main health goal with creatine, muscle recovery, brain health, energy, or something else? I'd love to hear your thoughts and get your feedback. And if you're still on the fence, don't worry, I've got more videos coming your way to help you continue building strength and making healthier choices as you age. Subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll be covering more topics to help you stay active, confident, and feeling your best. Finally, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who could benefit from these tips. Strengthening your muscles is one of the most important things you can do for yourself at any age, and it's never too late to start. Remember, creatine is a simple tool that can make a big difference, but the real transformation happens when you take the right steps consistently. You've got this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.